Today we're going to be looking at the difference between alternate interior and alternate exterior angles. So let's review what are alternate interior angles and what does the theorem say. If two lines cut by a transversal are parallel, then pairs of alternate interior angles are congruent. So your transversal is going to be marked with a line that says T. So if I know that M and N are parallel, so this is our conditional statement. If M is parallel to N, then angle 3 is congruent to angle 6, and angle 4 is congruent to angle 5. So the theorem pretty much states that if you know these two angles or these two lines are parallel, then the alternate interior angles are going to be congruent. So remember, alternate meaning different side of the transversal, interior meaning inside the parallel lines. So the converse of the alternate interior angles theorem is going to switch these two statements. So the converse is if pairs of alternate interior angles are congruent, then the two lines cut by a transversal are parallel. So in the original conditional statement, we're given parallel lines. In the converse, we're not given parallel lines. Now we're given congruent angles. So we're going to write this one the other way. If angle 3 is congruent to angle 6, and angle 4 is congruent to angle 5, then M is parallel to N. So now let's formally prove the alternate interior angles theorem. So on the left-hand side, you have your statements, and on the right-hand side, you have your reasons, and we're given that line L is parallel to line M, so that's going to be my first statement. L is parallel to M, and then you want to probably mark those on the diagram with the arrows to note that they're parallel. Your reason is given. So normally when you're proving alternate interior angles theorem, we don't use the theorem in our proof. So we want to think of other angle relationships in the diagram, but not using alternate interior angles. So let's look at angles 1 and 2. What kind of angles or angle relationship does angle 1 have with angle 2? Angles 1 and 2 are vertical angles. So we can say that angle 1 is congruent to angle 2 by the vertical angles theorem. And somehow I want to prove that 2 and 3 are alternate interior. So your next line has to contain angle 3 or a relationship with angle 3, but we still can't use alternate interior. So what kind of angle relationship does angle 3 have with angle 1? Angles 3 and 1 are corresponding angles. So corresponding angles are congruent. So that means I can say angle 1 is congruent to angle 3 by the corresponding angles postulate. So notice if angle 1 and 2 are congruent, and angle 1 and 3 are congruent, both of these angles are congruent to angle 1. So if these angles are congruent to angle 1, then that means they are congruent to each other. So now I can say that angle 2 is congruent to angle 3 by which property? This would be transitive property of congruence. So this proof uses the vertical angles theorem and the corresponding angles postulate to prove that alternate interior angles are congruent. Now let's look at alternate exterior angles. So remember, alternate means different side of the transversal. Exterior means outside of your parallel lines. So if two lines cut by a transversal are parallel, then pairs of alternate exterior angles are congruent. So my transversal, represented by that line in the middle, also labeled by the T. So this conditional statement gives me that line M is parallel to line N. So that would be if M is parallel to N, then angle 1 is congruent to angle 8 and angle 2 is congruent to angle 7. So for the converse of alternate exterior angles, we would switch these two statements. So in your conditional statement, you're given parallel lines first, but for the converse, we're going to state that the alternate interior angles are congruent, which is then going to prove that the lines are parallel. So go ahead and write your converse statement. Okay, so T is my transversal. So we're going to start this time with the angles. So if angle 1 is congruent to angle 8, and angle 2 is congruent to angle 7, if those angles are all congruent, then that will mean that line M is parallel to line N. So again, just to reiterate, the alternate exterior angles theorem, this is if given parallel lines first, you can prove that the angles are congruent. The converse is given pairs of angles are congruent, which will prove the lines are parallel. Now we're going to formally prove the alternate exterior angles theorem, but without using this theorem in our proof. It's going to look very similar to what we used in the last slide. So your first statement is always the given information. We're proving L, or we're given L is parallel to M. The reason is given. We're trying to prove that 1 and 3 are congruent, which they are alternate exterior angles, but we're not going to prove it using that theorem. So we have to think of other angle relationships. So if we look at angles 2 and 3, what kind of relationship do those angles have? Angles 2 and 3 are vertical angles. So we can say angle 2 is congruent to angle 3 by the vertical angles theorem. Then if I have to prove that 1 and 3 are congruent, I need to work in angle 1. So that means you're going to find a relationship between angles 1 and 2. What kind of relationships do angle 1 and 2 have? Angles 1 and 2 are corresponding angles, meaning that they are congruent. So angle 1 is congruent to angle 2 by the corresponding angles postulate. Now I can use transitive property of congruence to say that angles 1 and 3 are congruent, because if 3 is congruent to 2 and then 1 is also congruent to 2, if they're both congruent to 2, that means they're congruent to each other. So I can say now that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. For your summary, you need to talk about the difference between alternate interior angles and alternate exterior angles.